Are you ready to add some sparkle to your holiday season? I know I am. Here in the Northwest, it's getting a little dreary outside, so a little fun and sparkle is always super fun. Today, I'm going to show you how to add a little sparkle to your embroidery. I have these leaf embroideries right here, and these are done with Mylar. Now, I know sometimes metallic threads can get really scary to work with, and sometimes they're kind of difficult. But today, I'm going to show you how you can use just your regular threads, like I have sitting here. I love these fall colors. It's my favorite time of year. This really cool product is called Mylar in your embroidery to make it sparkly with regular thread. My name is Andrea. Welcome to Quality Sewing and Vacuums. How do I? Today, we are going to be working with a design from Purely Gates. Now, her designs are specifically made to be used with Mylar. She has designed these to be loosely set apart. The stitches are a little bit spaced from each other, so the shiny from the Mylar comes right through. So this is all done with just regular thread and some of this, a little piece of Mylar. Now, when you buy a package of this, a little bit goes a long way. But I also wanted to show you something as well that I thought was really cool. I just went to Houston Quilt Market, and I know this has been on the market for a while, but I thought it would be really cool to combine these two products together. The other one is called Color Keep from Floriani. And I'm going to show you right here. Here is the Color Keep topping. Fun and fabulous. I'm going to set this aside right here. I want you to look closely at my leaves here. Notice this leaf compared to this leaf right here. This leaf looks kind of pink. And this one has a much more orangey color to it. I put the Color Keep in the bottom of this one because it has a much more loose weave, or not weave, a loose stitching than these thicker leaves up here. And this one looks pink, if you can see that. So I'm going to show you when you're going to put in Color Keep and when you're going to put in the Mylar. Now, one thing to keep in mind as well with these embroideries is you can't necessarily just add it to any embroidery. You can if you want to and give it a try. It is not going to hurt it. But these ones, the Mylar embroideries, are made with a looser or more spread apart stitching so that Mylar will come through and be sparkly. So we're going to come over to my tea towel that I have right here. Look at this gorgeous orange and white striped tea towel. I'm so excited to use this for the holiday season. Now I stitched out this leaf. It's exactly like these guys over here, the white ones on the striped towel. I did not use any of the Color Keep under here. And if you'll notice my poor little leaf right here, he's got stripes going through him and he looks pink still. So I'm going to show you in the hoop when you want to put in the Color Keep and then when you want to put in your Mylar as well to make this really cool, sparkly, fun embroidery. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions as we're going, and let's hop on over to our machine. Are you ready? Okay. Come on over here. Now I've already stitched out a portion of our embroidery. I'm going to slide this little guy in right here, and I can bring him over for a reference. This one, can you see it? Nope. There we go. We're going to use this as a reference really quickly. I have already stitched out, I keep saying printed, I've already stitched out this kind of swirly part under here, as you can see, and I've already stitched out this first green leaf. Now, I noticed when I was stitching this all out that the green leaf and the maroony leaf didn't really make a difference with the Color Keep because their stitching is really dense. But but not this little guy. His stitches were too loose and everything from behind really showed up. So I have already printed out this leaf, and in my instructions that I printed out here, the next leaf is our little guy that's kind of see-through-y. So I printed out the first stitch, the second stitch, and now I'm going to color number 3. And there we are. What I'm going to do before I print out, let's see. Okay, there we go. Before I print that out, what did I, oh, here they are. They're right here. I've cut myself out a little piece of the color keep in yellow because that was going to be the most coordinating color. That was going to bring out my colors there. And it's a generous little piece here. And I'm going to use some of my embroidery tape and kind of tape it in there so it will stay right like that. And I am going to put one more in the corner here, like so. And then I'm just going to let it go. Oh, apparently you needed to do one more stitch over there. Okay, there we go. All right. Now I taped it on right over here and it stays nice and flat. And grab that tail while it's printing out. Look how it just stitches right over the top of that color stay. And it is such a loose weave. I'm not sure if you can see it super close. But it doesn't take too long to do this little guy. All right. Now, while that's stitching, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how the instructions work. Let me see. Is that in there? Maybe we could move to the front video and I can show it a little more closely. Ta-da! While this is stitching out, I'm going to show you, which camera is it going to be? Awesome, perfect. Okay, so let's see if I can do this backwards. We printed out, we stitched out this color right here. We stitched out this color. And right now we are stitching out this leaf with our color stay. Down at the bottom, I'll use my other hand. Down at the bottom here, I gotta see it. It has little instructions. When you see a little green dot right there, it says after you stitch out this color, here is when you add in your Mylar. In this case, we added our color stay under this color right here. Okay, so I don't want to cover it up with my fingers. Okay, when you, after you stitch this color is when you add in the Mylar, and then you do all the rest of these colors. And we're going to go over this side. And after we stitch this one is when we take it out. And these are so cool. The color stay and the Mylar, after they've been stitched, they just tear right out. They're super easy. Let's go check and see what's going on over at the sewing machine. It sounds like it's stopped. Awesome. Okay, here it is. We printed out our little leaf right here. I'm gonna grab my scissors and do a little trim, take off that tail, and now I can remove my color stay because I don't need it for any of the other parts because I already sampled that. And just like that, we just tear it right out. And look, it stays right underneath all of our stitching. And as we put more stitching on there, it will look just beautiful, just like the other ones. Okay, next we are going to add on our one other color. It is this beautiful aubergine, plum, maroon, whichever one you want to call it. All right, we're just gonna load up that next color. This is so easy. So I was working on making these samples on Saturday, and my son gets up in the morning and he's like, Mom, you started without me. He loves to help me change the thread and do all the embroidery. He's so cute. He's 10. Okay, so we are ready with the next color. And just like it says on our instructions, we're going to do this maroony color first, and then after that we add our Mylar. Just like that, we press start. Okay. I really love how smooth and easy this machine is to work with. Like I said, my 10-year-old, he loves to help me with this. He's so cute. The other day when I was embroidering something else, he came in and he was helping me change the threads and keep up with it. And then I went to go do laundry or something, and I came back, he's like, Mom, the bobbin ran out, and so I filled the bobbin, I put it back in, and I changed the color. And sure enough, he had figured that all out because the instructions of how to do everything are right on your machine. It tells you, it walks you through, it's got little pictures up top, where to put the bobbin, where it goes, how it goes in. My 10-year-old was able to figure out how to do it all because of the little screen on there. I'd like to think he was just a super smart cookie, but these are just really awesome, fun machines and super easy to embroider with. All right, this guy is almost done here. One other thing I wanted to talk about in the Purely Gates, she uses her own special thread colors, but we use here at Quality Sewing and Vacuum Isacord, and we have all of this. And so I was able to go through this whole thread chart with hers that she uses and find all the colors that I needed in our Isacord thread collection here right in the stores. So that was super great. I was just thrilled to be able to add all of these beautiful fall colors to my thread collection. Okay, so we have just finished this one right here, and we're going to put in our little piece, ta-da, of our sparklies. Okay, I'm going to move that little piece of thread over there. And it just needs to be big enough to like cover it. We're going to put some. Sometimes I don't even think if your towel is kind of because it's a little bit thicker than cellophane, it's kind of slightly got static cling to it. So sometimes it just clings to your pattern, which is kind of cool. Okay, getting in our last little piece of tape there just to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. All right, so at this point, the next one is going to take a little while to stitch in. Should I stitch it in while we're talking about other things? Do you want me to show you how to do that? Let's see, which one is my next color? Ooh, it's this one. Basically, you're going to, oh, you're not supposed to take your thread off like that. I'm so sorry. You just look at it. I know. Okay, we'll thread that. We can chat a little bit more. I'm going to show you some other colors, some other samples of the color keep while this is doing its thing. And then you can see how fun and easy it is to just rip it right out. Okay, I'm going to let that get started right there. I'm going to show you all the fun colors that our color keep comes in and some other ideas. I'm going to bring these over here. Okay, so today we use the yellow because we are using these beautiful fall leaf colors. It does come in the black and the gray and a pink and a white, like this. So you can really find a color that's going to be similar to what you're working with. I wanted to show you these two. these little ghosts. Now this one was printed out without the color keep in it, and then this little ghost right here has the white color keep in it. And you can see how the orange from underneath your project is really starting to poke out there. But the color keep really helps those without having to use so much thread. I mean, this is really dense threading, but the color keep really helped that to really come out and be a beautiful, solid design right there. So what they say in the instructions is to match something close to the thread that you're going to be using. So in this case, they used white because they're using white thread. Okay. We can put that underneath there. Was there any questions that we had about how the Mylar works? Once it is in there, once the Mylar is in your design, you can wash it. I think you can even use a gentle iron on it as well. But once it's threaded over, it stays with your project and it's not going to come out, which is awesome. One other thing that they said about the color keep, the plastic color keep, is if you rip it out and there's little sections that that aren't coming out and you can't quite pull out, like a little crevice or something, you can use a heat tool and melt it out of there. Now the color keep you probably should not iron. I don't think you should put an iron on the color keep one. That might melt, especially since they say you can use a little hot tool to like melt off any little edges that aren't coming out nice and smooth for you. So there are all kinds of beautiful designs. Purely Gates is not the only designer that does Mylar, but she has so many designs and they're so beautiful. A lot of times she has huge collections on one design. She's got tons and tons. Oh, it is finished. Are you excited to see this? Let's come over to this other camera and so you can see it up close. Okay, are you ready? I'm pulling it out. All right. Oh, there's just something so satisfying with ripping things off. Don't you agree? It's like opening Christmas presents or something. At this point, you can rip it off. Yay! And you can kind of see, we will continue the stitching, but you don't want to stay with me for that long. But you can see how the embroidery over the top of this Mylar here, and then it will add all the different kind of details, how the color keep behind it hid all the lines from our cool tea towel here, and how it's going to help these little leaves become all sparkly.
Andrea, you have a question?
Oh, yes. Can you wash and dry Mylar projects? Absolutely. Thank you for asking that. You can wash it and dry it. I wouldn't put it on like a sanitary cycle. And I would dry it on like a mid-range heat, is what they say in the instructions. So good question about that. Wash it, dry it. Are those different color Mylars? Oh, yes. Good question. So if you want to come back to the front one here. So here is the Mylar. In all the Purely Gates, there are some designers that use different colors of Mylar. With Purely Gates, this is a huge sheet, which you can do like multiple projects with. She uses one. This is the only one that she uses with all of her designs. It's just the kind of opaly look, so it actually changes with whatever thread you use. When I went to her display down at Houston, she had all kinds of different designs. She had teacups and Santas and turtles and everything. She uses only one color of Mylar, and the Mylar changes to whatever threads you are using. Ooh, that's so cool. I wanted to do this leaf one because I had never seen it done in these fall beautiful browns and goldens and greens before. And so I thought that was just so cool to see that this is kind of like opalescent, kind of unicorny, but it goes really just beautiful. It makes your embroidery just sparkle and shine. Such a fun, beautiful gift to give to somebody. She actually put these, like a combination of these on a jacket, like a jean shirt jacket type thing, and it was just so beautiful, so gorgeous. So do we have any other questions about Mylar? Those are some great questions. All right, nice and sparkly. Thanks, Betsy. It is sparkly. I love it. I'm a little bit nervous about using the metallic threads. You have to have specially ways that you get it into the machine and everything. But with the Mylar, you just simply use what threads you have on hand. Or in my case, you get to invest in a whole new autumn themed set of threads, which I love because I love fall. Anyways, thank you for joining me today. I hope you are inspired to go out and make your own sparkly embroidery yourselves, and have a great holiday, and we'll see you next Tuesday.